Welcome back, everyone, to the Loaf of Milk Podcast. I'm Kyle,
I'm Will.
And I'm John.
and today it's just the three of us.
Yeah, Brian's got some matters to attend to, and JT Jit, that guy, your favorite YN, he's
You
he,
would not be
he
saying that.
he's busy playing tennis up in Vermont because he's just that guy. So, just the three of us. We got a few things to talk about. But yeah, you fellas ready to talk sandwiches?
I love sandwiches.
All right. So if you look up on Google the Encyclopedia of Sandwiches, the same exact image will come up every single time. It's a list of 40 sandwiches, bunch of different sandwiches originating from many different countries, different states. Kind of hard to look on there and find something that you won't like. So we all chose our top three, and we're gonna debate that. And then I have a little ode to my favorite sandwich on here that I wrote earlier today. So, Kyle, if you'd like to start.
Sure. Okay, so I really like fish. Honestly, one of the better meats out there, the best meats.
This is gonna be the most diabolical fucking list. Number one, bagel with lox. Number two, tuna melt.
The liver roast. The two, no. So my first sandwich, hands down, has to be the po' boy.
Okay.
Um,
Why?
I've never had a po' boy. Can you explain it to me?
a po' boy. So a po' boy, you have to just think of it as like a fried chicken sandwich with like tomatoes, lettuce, mayo, pickles, and stuff like that. But instead of there being chicken, it's just fried fish. So a lot of the ones you'll see is fried catfish, but there's also like fried cod and mackerel and stuff like that. Like flaky
Yeah.
fish is normally what a po' boy is.
I've only ever had one with shrimp.
Shrimp po' boy is really good too. There's lobster po' boys, but then there's also just a lobster roll, which is an honorable mention, by the way. Not in my top three. But yeah, so that's what
I was expecting it to.
I was too, but I don't know. Lobster is not my favorite shellfish.
Mm.
I definitely prefer shrimp, and then it's crab, and then I believe it or not, it's actually crawfish and then lobster. Very weird.
Yeah,
Very
you got
cute
crap.
of me. My second one is the BLT, the very classic, but it has to have mayo, because I know some people are very weird that a BLT does not have mayo, which I completely disagree with.
It says it on the encyclopedia.
That's what I'm saying, but people argue with me. They're like, no, a BLT does not have mayo, and I'm like, you're wrong. You're 100% factually wrong. Anyway, before I go on to another rant, my third one is the Cubano, which is ham or just any type of pork. It's Swiss cheese, pickles, and mustard.
It's ham and pork.
Ham is pork. I guess it's
Ham-
different. It's a
No,
different
ham is
specific
pork.
cut. Is there really a difference between those two?
No, it's ham and pork.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, they have like pulled
Ham-
pork and then they have ham, like the deli cut.
I've never had pulled pork on a Cubano. It's normally just sliced deli ham.
Or like roasted pork. I've always had that.
Maybe I'm not eating at the right places then.
You know what we'll go to? We'll go to the sandwich shop near us and we'll try
That place
any.
is so expensive.
It is expensive, but we'll try all the sandwiches that are on here and rank them.
Oh my god. That yeah, maybe in like 3 years when I have enough money to do that.
It's fine.
I don't want to have to eat a cucumber tea.
They don't have that there.
They're actually not that bad, the cucumber teas.
Yeah, you would say that.
Well, I hate cucumber.
It's
I
just
just-
cucumber on bread. Why would eat that?
No, because there's butter too.
Fucking post-apocalyptic ass sandwich.
Yeah, unsalted butter.
Listen, there's a sandwich on this fucking encyclopedia that's literally just bologna and mustard. I don't want to hear about like
Yeah, that's good.
30s. No, it's not. Bologna sucks.
That's got flavor.
Bologna is awful. It tastes like fucking feet.
It's hot dog. It's hot dog
I hate
pancake.
hot dog. Hot dog
What
sucks.
do you mean you hate hot dog?
I hate hot dogs. Hot dogs
You
are
are
awful.
hot dog.
No, I'm not. I am definitely not.
Yeah, you are.
No.
So would you rather have
You
the
s-
bologna sandwich or the liverwurst?
Ooh. I don't know what liverwurst is. I can't lie.
Where were you? Where do you read that?
It's at the bottom, 39, liverwurst. It's liverwurst, mustard, onions, and cucumber pickles.
I don't know what liverwurst is. I can't lie.
I think liver. I don't know what it is. I think it's liver,
Looking it
depending
up.
on the name.
You know,
You know, and I'm looking it up because that was a bullshit answer. What is liverwurst?
it's a type of sausage.
Oh, it's a liver sausage. Oh, I would probably eat the liverwurst then over
Made from
bologna, 100%.
liverwurst, also known as liver sausage, is a cooked sausage made from at least 30% liver, typically pork, beef, veal, or goat.
I would definitely eat that over fucking bologna.
What the fuck?
I like liver. I
Kyle
like
is a-
liver, and I like the
That's
Polish
what-
dish called kishki. It's
Yeah,
goat
you're
intestine.
gonna
It's also
eat.
really
You're gonna
good.
eat chicken livers. You're gonna eat chicken livers and get gout in your feet, like Bobby.
Chicken liver. Bro,
Like Bobby Hill.
you need like 100 of them to make a single sandwich.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
Anyway, did I say my last one? I already forgot. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Cubano.
you
All
said
right, those are
you
my
said
three.
top three was bologna, then bologna, then bologna.
No, it's
Yeah,
fuck
we love
you. But those are my top 3 sandwiches.
You're the good top three, but your bologna take isn't good.
I don't care. Bologna sucks. Bite me.
I'll
Or
fucking
bite
bite
me.
you.
One of the two. Yeah?
I'm gonna leave more hibachi in your mailbox.
No, please don't. I'm not even the one that found that.
Who found it?
My brother.
He goes to get the mail, and just a box of pork in his
Just a box of greasy pork.
Delicious.
There was so much oil on that barbecue. Holy shit! It kept sticking. So we just put
That's-
so much oil.
You know, thank God I legitimately forgot about it until Bryce came in the next morning from whatever he was doing and was like, "Why is there a box of food scraps in our mailbox?" And I was like, "Oh shit, thanks for getting that. I forgot about it."
Yeah, that wasn't even like a box that they would have gave us. That was a box that I got that we got from the vending, not the vending machine, the claw machine. That was in the Korean barbecue place. There was a claw machine with like boxes and plushes, and I got a Pokemon card box.
Are you
And
serious?
yeah, we put the meat in there
That's fucking disgusting. Why would you do that?
because we didn't want to
Nowhere
have
else
to
to put
pay.
it.
We didn't want to have to pay the extra charge for uneaten meat.
You fuckers didn't just eat what was there?
Because they gave us extra, and we weren't hungry.
Oh,
No, because Brian ordered like 30 orders of tongue.
the tongue isn't bad, but that's a lot, to be fair, actually. You're
It
right.
was a lot of tongue.
Yeah, that's a lot. I love a lot of tongue, but you're right. That is a lot of tongue.
A thing or two about a lot of.
Oh, he does.
All
Anyway,
right, well, that's fair then. I guess.
John, you want to give your top three now?
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna do my honorable mentions first. So I have the pulled pork, the cheesesteak, chicken, egg, and cheese, and then this one might be a little bit of a weird honorable mention, but the chicken salad sandwich. Chicken salad has been very nostalgic for me.
Really?
understand.
Chicken salad?
Yeah, just chicken salad. It's just chicken salad on bread, basically.
Yeah, no, I get it. Chicken salad's not bad. I prefer it
No.
over egg or potato salad, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, then for my actual top three, at number 3, I'm gonna go with the patty melt. I had one yesterday. It was actually pretty good.
Where?
Where's that one?
We went to the trivia.
No, that was
No, that
Wednesday.
was Wednesday. Yeah, when we went Wednesday, we went to trivia. And we had a patty melt. It was actually pretty good. It was on rye.
The patty melt is a good one.
Yeah, it was on rye bread. I thought it was pretty interesting.
It's normally on rye bread, is it not?
Sometimes.
Sometimes it.
A lot of times I do regular like white bread.
Yeah, if you go to like
okay.
a house or they just do like bread.
You ever get a patty melt from Five Guys?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a secret menu item.
It's like it's you ask for like grilled cheese with like a patty,
You just ask for a patty melt. They'll know what you mean.
but that's basically what they do.
I'm gonna do that next time at work. I actually didn't know that.
There you go.
And
Patty melt
then-
is so good. It's called a chopped cheese at the places I go, but It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Patty
A
melt's
chopped
not.
cheese and a patty melt are not the same thing.
No.
But it's like literally the exact same.
No, but chopped cheese has like peppers and like it doesn't have caramelized onions. It has regular onions.
Yeah, I think with like a patty melt, it's literally just like it's like you don't chop the patty.
Yeah,
Or the chopped cheese, you. So it's different. Like the meat's.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe you should go work at the Akiway Deli for a little bit, Kyle, and you can learn
I'm
all
not
your
gonna
shit.
work at. No, I'm not working at the fucking.
Oh,
Deli.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for a living. I do not have the voice for that.
I feel like it would be pretty inviting though. Like imagine walking in a deli and it's Kyle behind the counter.
You'll know you'll be either getting something really good to eat or nothing because I'll just eat it. It's
The
one of the
entire
two.
store is empty and he's just sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, I just had breakfast."
You walk in and he's eating the entire like unsliced ham.
He's eating.
Just,
The only thing that's left is the bologna.
oh my god, that'd be horrifying if I walked into a deli and saw that. Actually, it's just every single wrapper of fucking meat is gone except for the bologna. It's the only one untouched.
It's the only thing. All right. So then my number 2 is the roast beef sandwich. Pretty basic, but you know it hits the spot when you need it to. And I typically like my sandwiches to be like less stuff, right? Like I don't need that much stuff on my sandwiches. And then number 1 might be a little bit of a hot take, but my number 1's the French dip.
Oh, the French dip.
Yeah, I think it's genius. You just take a sandwich and you dip it in gravy, like hell yeah.
So, so you cook roast beef, you put it on a bun with nothing else, and then you dip it in the juices you cook the roast beef in.
Sometimes there's
Yeah.
cheese, but yeah, that's basically what it is.
But it's genius and it's awesome.
You just like meat? I'm
Yeah,
noticing something very
Where was the roast
Okay.
beef?
Roast beef is 26.
It's sliced beef with barbecue sauce or horseradish.
Yeah, I don't
say
know
that right.
horseradish, but barbecue sauce.
I don't like the French dip because it has the word French in it. I don't like the French.
That's
So-
fair.
Yeah,
That's respectable.
it's like the only thing
Thank
that
you.
really good.
Hopefully we don't go, hopefully we don't start streaming to French people. Or Canadians for that matter.
It's okay. They surrender pretty quick.
That's crazy. Not
They
to
know
their
they're-
government though. They surrender to everybody else but their own government. They'd rather burn down their whole country than like let their government take over. Which is fair, honestly, but
What do you mean let their government take over? It's the government. They already took over.
where are the riots that were happening? Because they're like, we're gonna increase the retirement age by 1 year, and they started to like every single public service had to be shut down because of strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It happened.
but a second another country sees like interest in them, they're like, okay, have it. Anyway. I do not know history enough to make these claims.
You're okay, Kale.
All right, Will. Now
All right.
it's you.
My top 3, best top 3 of all time. My number 3, same as Kyle, is the Cubano. I think that's a solid sandwich. Any sandwich that you put through a panini press just becomes infinitely better.
Okay, I
True.
confess. I think I've never had a Cubano.
You hear
They're
this?
so good. Do you like pickles?
It depends on the day.
Do you like mustard?
Depends.
Do you like Swiss cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got at least one solid answer. Do you like ham or pork?
Yeah.
Do you like panini? Panini bread?
Yeah.
All right, so you may or may not like the Cubano then.
Well, how many pickles they put on it? Because
Not
I don't
many.
I don't like sandwiches where they just like overload on pickles.
It's not an overload, but like it's enough to fill up like the whole bottom half of the bread for the most time. Most part.
Usually they don't slice it into chips. They usually slice it into like long way.
Yeah, long way.
Because I'm not a huge fan.
Cubano the long way.
Honestly, pickle chips are kind of a pain in the ass because the amount of times that I'll be eating a sandwich and the entire pickle will just come out when I bite into it once. Pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
that's why like I wanted to have the fried chicken sandwich on there, but like the pickles
Yeah, but with the long way pickles too, though, like you eat it the wrong way and the whole fucking thing is just destroyed. Because not only are you taking away the pickle, it's gonna like drag everything else with it, depending on where it is on the sandwich.
But yeah, Cubano definitely my number 3. I think the first one I had was my family and we were going to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I had one on the way there. I was like, this shit is amazing.
They're really
So,
good down in Florida.
yeah, that's where they originated. Back when the Cuban immigrants came over during the 60s, during the missile crisis.
The best thing ever.
Gotcha.
They just started putting together all the shit they could find and made a sandwich.
Yeah, the only thing they didn't add to it was cigars.
All right, and then my number 2 is the cheesesteak.
The original?
What?
Like an original Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Like with the spray cheese and everything, or is like no?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
old school Philly cheesesteak. Okay. That's
Yeah,
respectable.
I love the cheese mush that they put on it. If the cheese isn't from a can, I don't want it.
Ew.
So sometimes you just
Ew.
need sometimes you just need a sandwich where it's like you're eating it and it's like, yeah, like this shit's not good for me, but it's fucking good.
That's the American dream. The American dream is eating mush on bread.
I mean, we're doing that right now, so I guess we're doing it.
It's in the DOI.
Exactly.
All right, so what's your number 1 then?
My number 1, a little bit controversial compared to all the heavy hitters we have on this list, but the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nope.
What do you mean no?
Wrong.
This might be the one time where I agree with Kyle. I don't like eating peanut butter or jelly.
I wrote an entire fucking paper about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't give 2 shits what you wrote. You could have wrote an entire
I
novel.
wrote an entire fucking paper about the peanut butter and jelly
And
sandwich.
you could have wrote a novel, and I don't give a shit.
All right, well, I'm going to read it to you right now.
No, I'm going to mute you in chat, so we don't have to hear it, and the viewers don't have to hear your horrible reasoning to liking that.
That means you're muting me too.
Yeah, you want to mute John, you fuck?
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, for our listeners, John and I were roommates in college, and we're currently in the same room right now recording at the same computer, so just to make it easier.
Yeah, easier on you
anyway.
guys, not for me.
Fuck you. I'm gonna read my little thing I wrote. You ready?
It even has it in
No.
like a format. What the fuck is
All right.
this?
The peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a staple of American cuisine. While my good friend Kyle here cannot indulge in the joy of eating this scrumptious cornerstone sandwich, it has a great impact nationwide. Whether you are 5 years old and you are devouring a no-crust white bread PB&J, or you are in your late 80s slowly munching on a wheat bread all-natural PB&J sandwich in hopes that it will keep you here a little longer, we all love this sandwich the same.
Keep you here a little longer?
Yeah,
What
you
is
know,
that supposed to mean? Is that like a threat?
they're trying to see God a little later.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the first known reference for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich appeared in the Boston Cooking School magazine of Culinary Science and Domestic Economics, written by Julia Davis Chandler in 1901.
Was this what you were doing in the fucking library yesterday?
No, this is what I was doing in class earlier today.
Oh.
You were spending class time looking up the history of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
What else would I do?
Honestly, I have to respect that.
Chandler's recipe described a 3-layer sandwich and called for a quote-unquote currant or crab apple jelly with peanut butter on a very thin bread, which is a little weird because she's got 3 layers in there, which I respect it, but, you know, the peanut butter and jelly, they have to meet on the sandwich. You know?
No.
You're getting no response out of either of us.
Since this note, the sandwich started to become more popular with the affordability of peanut butter and the commonality of sliced bread. I fucked up my writing there. We're fine.
Yeah,
Due to its cheap price and low effort construction, it became a popular food choice for children as it is today. Kyle, what fucking kid is gonna make any of these other sandwiches on this list?
you get ham and cheese, or no, you literally ham, pickle,
Okay,
and mayo. Cubano, right there.
Bologna sandwich.
not if they're frying it. Cold bologna
Why are
is
you-
fucking disgusting.
Why are you frying a Cubano?
That's not what I said. Who the fuck? What kid is making a Cubano?
Ham, Swiss cheese, pickles, and mustard. That's all it takes.
You forgot the
if you
pork,
wanna get
and it's on a panini.
I've never had like pulled pork on a Cubano. I've only ever had the sliced ham.
Listen, they can make chicken salad, ham and cheese, and peanut butter and jelly, and I think that might be it. Turkey club is like, you know, arguable.
I think that's the thing. I think
Definitely make a BLT. Come on.
I think the thing with
If they're 6 years old, what the fuck are they gonna eat a BLT for? They're
Microwave
not
the
eating
bacon.
that shit.
Microwave the bacon. That's my argument.
Microwave, you what?
compromising a third of the sandwich.
Also, they're children. What children's eating lettuce and tomato?
Bro, what child is going to eat peanut butter?
Every
Every
single fucking
Here's the
child.
thing, That's
yeah,
the thing that
including me before I couldn't. I know.
it's literally a sandwich that's made for children. And if you
Yeah,
eat it
and
while
it's
you're young, you're more fond of it. I
yeah,
didn't
but it's
have
disgusting.
so I don't like it that much.
Well, here's the thing: is neither did I. I fucking hated peanut butter until like a few years ago, but it has grown as such a like a big part of like my life. Like I used to just eat peanut butter out of the jar with my finger.
Here's the thing. My opinion on peanut butter is this, right? Like I like peanuts, right? Like I think they're fine. But like peanut butter to me, and this is the only way that I could describe it, peanut butter to me tastes like if you took a peanut and you stuck it all the way up your nose. Like just as far back
That's
as you
not where it
can.
goes.
But hold on. You stuck it like
It's not.
all the way up your nose and then you just started eating mud. That's how
Eating mud? Alright, I don't know about all that, but
it
that's
tastes
fucking
like you're eating a sludge of like putrid peanut. That's like how it tastes to me. So that's why I don't like peanut butter.
To each to their own, but I love peanut butter. I fucking I'll slather that shit in my hands and just lick it off.
That's disgusting. Well, I hate the smell of peanut butter. I hate.
You
well,
can't
I-
have it.
Yeah, I'm allergic to it.
For
But I
the
hate the
fuck?
smell of it.
That you should have started that you were allergic and not that you just hate it.
I used
That's
to
why
not be.
I
That's the
included
thing.
in the first paragraph of this paper that I said my good friend Kyle here can't have it.
Thank God.
God.
You remembered it before Kyle did. That's crazy.
No, of course I know it. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna die if I eat it.
All right, my paper's not done.
Oh my
When
God!
the Great Depression erupted, it was the peanut butter and jelly, among other foods, that came to the rescue of families in need of affordable food. During World War II, it was the peanut butter and jelly that was included in U.S. military rations that fed our soldiers before and after the war. The peanut butter and jelly saved us as a nation.
That's a bit of a hot take.
It's not a hot take. I just explained the 2 reasons as to why it saved us. You know how many people would have fucking starved?
MREs.
We sent fucking Chef Boyardee to the Russians. You know, we got peanut butter and jelly, which is so much better.
That is not true.
You would rather have a Chef Boyardee than fucking peanut butter? I mean, obviously you can't even eat it.
No, I'm not even talking about that. From a nutritional standpoint, yes, I'd rather have a Chef Boyardee.
What do you mean from a yeah?
They're both because they're neither of them are health foods.
Of course,
What-
neither of them are health foods, but that's not what I'm arguing.
Chef Boyardee. Chef Boyardee.
Is peanut butter and jelly healthy?
It's got protein in the peanuts. And it's got fruit in the jelly.
Every other sandwich on this
No,
list.
the fruit in the jelly
No.
is just pure sugar. There's nothing in the jelly anymore that is in any way nutritional.
I would like to. What do you mean? It's got fruit.
Okay, are you gonna say applesauce is healthy?
Yes.
Are you gonna
You
say
know-
apple juice is healthy?
Wait, so does that mean ketchup's fruit then because it's made from tomato?
Yes.
It's not fruit.
Oh
That's like-
no, I'm not. No. I'm not getting into this argument so soon into this. No.
I brought that up for a specific reason because like the people that do like the public school lunching, they said that like they were trying to do like a whole thing with like the plate where like you have like fruit and like veggie and then stuff like that. They
Yeah.
counted French fries as a fucking vegetable and then ketchup as a fruit.
They're derived from vegetables and fruits, but they themselves.
They themselves are not, but that's the point. It's like jelly is like, yeah, sure, but it's not good for you.
It depends. Are we talking about like modern day jelly, or are we talking about like preserve fruits? Because there is a difference.
Well, then we're getting into jam territory, and that's where we don't go.
Well, jelly and jam are two different things, but the preserves of the fruit are also different from either.
Yeah, preserves is also not jelly. I'm talking about jelly. The
And
idea
it's
of
not nutritional.
Different.
It's not. You do not consider jelly a nutritional food.
jam is when you just kind of smash fruits together and you make a jam. A jelly is when you use like the juice of a fruit.
When you
make-
make jelly, what happens is that you cook it for a long time. That destroys any nutritional property of a jam or or jelly.
I'm in a big oven, and we're gonna see what happens to you.
I'm gonna die and I'm gonna lose all nutritional value. Like,
Take out the jelly. The jelly. Oh fuck. The jelly just adds to it. The peanut
Okay.
butter though. Peanut butter's very healthy. Peanut butter. They use it in like almost every protein shake. If not peanut butter, then peanut butter powder. But that's basically the same thing.
right, but now we have to get into the specifics of the difference between plant protein and meat and like animal protein.
That's a lot of work.
Of course it is for you. It is
But I'm
very
saying
different.
that in terms of war, I would rather eat a peanut butter and jelly and go fight people after that than eat a fucking greasy ass can of Cleveland-made Chef Boyardee.
No.
Did you know that Chef Boyardee came from Cleveland? It's not even from the Italians. What do you mean, who
They
cares?
never claimed that they were Italian. Are they? Do they claim they're like an Italian family?
I mean, yes, because the guy's name was actually Boyardee instead of Boyardee. He was Italian. I think he was an Italian immigrant. He lived in New York, and then his family all moved to Cleveland, and that's when they started their restaurant. And
Wait, so then that argument doesn't make sense, though. They are Italians. They're just Italians that live in Cleveland.
Kyle, repeat that sentence yourself. Italians that live in Cleveland.
Well, you only have that notion because we live in New York, where they all are.
Italians that moved from Italy to New York, and then from New York decided, you know what? Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio.
That was before it became what it was today.
What do you mean what it is today? There's nothing wrong with Cleveland. I want to go to Cleveland so badly. They have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Do they? Is that actually in Cleveland?
We don't talk about that.
They have Deshaun Watson.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is the Hall of Fame actually in Cleveland? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then the Football Hall of Fame is in Canton, which is not far.
Oh, interesting. I actually did not know that.
So bad. It's 8 hours from our house.
That means it's probably 10 hours for me, right?
Huh?
Is it 10 hours from me or 8 hours from, like, me?
8 hours from, like, where we live.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad drive. We could do that in a day.
All right, let's go. That's
Right
what we're
now?
doing. No, when we're all done with classes and finals and everything, we're going to Cleveland.
Yeah, imagine.
We'll
Yeah,
stay on a
imagine just
holiday.
telling people, oh, where are you guys going this summer? Oh, Cleveland, Ohio.
Better than going nowhere.
That is true.
Or like
This place
fucking
sucks.
or some shit.
All right. Well,
Did you have
peanut
more?
butter and jelly, no. It's not
I'm
a
not done with
sandwich.
my paper. I'm not done with my paper.
You're not?
I got like a whole other paragraph left. I'll
The
put together-
peanut butter and jelly ultimately serves as the canvas and the brush for culinary art. With the wide array of different nut butters, jellies, breads, and additional toppings you can use, the possibilities are endless. And the inclusion of both peanut butter and jelly and some other foods we love, such as ice cream, we use these ingredients in a way that only salt and pepper could possibly top.
Don't get me. I don't even like ice cream. So
Kyle, hear
Are
me
you
out.
eating peanut butter ice cream?
Peanut butter and jelly ice cream. You never had that? Or like an Italian? Oh fuck.
Well, first of all, you can answer the first question yourself, and two, I don't like Italian
God.
ices.
This guy and peanut butter. You know, Kyle, I'm just gonna feed you peanut butter and we're gonna see what happens.
I'm gonna die.
Kyle, we're gonna take you to Five Guys and we're gonna dip you in the oil and see what happens.
Oh God, no. That's the weirdest thing, though. I've actually recognized. I don't think I can eat peanut butter, but I can eat stuff fried in peanut oil.
Yeah,
I
people
think.
with a allergy.
Yeah, this is why your allergies are bullshit.
They're not bullshit. You literally saw me go through it once. You're sounding like my dad.
Yeah,
It's not real. It's not real. It's in your head.
Yeah, people with put it in the back of their head.
Wait, Kyle, wouldn't you be allergic to most jelly too? Aren't you allergic to like some fruits?
I can eat. I'm allergic to tree fruits, so like grape jelly and berries and stuff like that I can't eat, but like apricot or apple jelly and stuff like that I can't.
This guy-
Actually,
Jelly.
hold on.
Wait, hold on. I just imagined like I got an image in my head of Kyle like skipping through a forest and then like an apple falls on his head and instead
Then I
of
just
doing
die.
things where it's like, oh wow, there's gravity, Kyle just fucking dies, and that's it.
Hold on, because
Hit by
it
a
may
tree.
be that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I can't eat like apple jelly. I had to make sure because like the way that the allergy for me works is like I can eat apple sauce, but I can't eat a raw apple because of the proteins in it.
So it needs to be cooked.
Yeah, it needs to be cooked and processed, but the proteins.
So you're basically a fucking baby. If we
No.
mush up all these foods, then you'll be fine.
No, because it has to be cooked. It cannot just be mushed.
Are you sure?
Yes. What are you gonna baby bird me?
I've tried this before. You took
So you're saying that if we boil a peanut, then we can feed you the peanut and you'll be fine?
No, I don't know about my nut allergies because I'm also allergic to every nut in any way.
Right.
Like pistachio
you're
ice cream I can't eat and stuff like that.
You can
I'm allergic to mustard.
you can have marmalade, right?
Yeah, I can have orange marmalade.
Okay, so here's my substitute for
Why
you.
isn't that sandwich on?
Yeah, why
It's
isn't that on here? I just realized that.
Staple as some of the other ones, except I don't know who the fuck put fucking cucumber tea on here. But anyway, probably Kyle.
I did not.
Here's my substitution for you. So you have white bread still, unless you want to change it.
Okay.
And then instead of jelly, you have marmalade. Okay.
And butter.
You can do butter, or if you want still something that's like sticky like that, marshmallow fluff.
Really? Do you think that would taste good?
I guess we'll have to find out. We can coin that sandwich. I don't think that anyone's ever made that. I'm sure someone's made it, but they've never coined it. We can copyright that.
Call it the
We're
loaf
gonna bleep this all out so nobody steals our idea.
On it, so it wouldn't make sense.
We're bleeping this all out so nobody steals it.
But I still have one more sentence in my paper.
Oh my god.
his concluding statement.
Yeah, this is my concluding statement. With the significance that peanut butter and jelly has had in the history and American culture, it is hard not to love or at least appreciate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It has had a lasting impact on my life, and I only hope that each and every person has a food that has this impact on their life.
Meatloaf.
Did you just fucking say meatloaf?
A meatloaf sandwich is great.
A meatloaf sandwich, not even just like a regular meatloaf.
No, I love regular meatloaf, but meatloaf sandwiches are fucking amazing.
You're ridiculous.
Wait, what's on a meatloaf sandwich? Is it just meatloaf on bread?
It's meat. Yeah, it's literally a meatloaf on bread, and I like to put ketchup, but some people don't.
Sounds kind of dry.
If you're a bad cook, it can be.
I guess that's true about a lot of sandwiches, though.
But yeah, it's true about like any type of cooking. If you're a bad cook, it's not going to taste good. The only thing is that it's kind of hard to mess up a sandwich because unless you're like processing your own deli meat somehow, like you're slaughtering your pigs and then doing everything that involves that process, it's kind of hard to mess up a sandwich.
I guess.
Well, like a BLT, like you can mess it up, like getting
sandwiches are top 5 food. Can we all agree on that?
Or what?
Their sandwiches are a top 5 food in general.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's just too many sandwiches to really say. In the categories, yes. Like the types of food.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of variety that you.
Yeah, except peanut butter and jelly. That's the only one we exclude.
Fuck you.
Or a rare time where I'm gonna side with Kyle.
Kyle, so here's my thinking with the whole peanut butter and jelly thing. You ready?
Okay. No.
So when we start our multinational food truck business,
Okay.
we're gonna have a food truck, one of them. It serves regular food, but peanut butter and jelly is implemented in some way.
No.
Right? So
You do realize I could not work on that food truck, right?
I didn't say you had to. You can work on your own, but we're gonna have a monopoly of food trucks.
Oh, okay.
We're each
But
gonna
don't claim
have one.
that.
I'll take the peanut butter and jelly one. So here's my idea.
Okay.
So in New York City, there's a restaurant called Hamburger America.
Where is that?
It's in Soho.
Oh, okay.
On
That sounds good. I should go there.
It's a great establishment.
It's on Houston Street. So when it first opened, we went there, and they had a special burger. And what it was like a regular like burger, but then there was peanut butter on it.
Ew.
I thought it was very good. Now, here's the thing: is that warm peanut butter is deadly because it's not as like viscous or thick as regular peanut butter, but when it gets into your throat and it cools down, it is. So there's a very high chance that you could definitely choke on it.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that you're eating like quick dry cement, essentially?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Quick peanut butter cement.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I love eating concrete, but anyway,
Oh, topic change.
so we had that, and ever since that moment, I've been thinking like, what else would peanut butter be good on? And then I was thinking like, what about jelly on a sandwich? And then I remembered the SpongeBob episode.
Oh no.
Exactly.
It's no ordinary sandwich.
The jellyfish jelly sandwich. Now, what if I've never had this?
In the sea.
I've never had this, but peanut butter and jelly on a burger, I think would be pretty good. I know you can't have it, but we can have your substitution with marshmallow fluff and marmalade.
Will,
What?
you cannot be arguing to me that not only you enjoyed peanut butter and warm beef together, but that on top of that, you want to add jelly to peanut butter and warm beef.
Don't call it warm beef. Call it a fucking burger. When you say warm beef, it just sounds weird.
No, I have to specify that the burger is still warm.
Put it under a heat lamp.
Denny's. We're just a Denny's.
An hour.
It was a hot beef patty. It just came off the grill.
And you want to add peanut butter to that.
Yes.
You are disgusting.
It adds a saltiness, but also a bit of a sweetness. That's
Peanut
the beauty.
butter is already so salty, though.
Okay. That was the point. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
No.
that's the thing I like about peanut butter is that it's like trying to be sweet, but it's just like a salt bomb.
You ever ants on a log?
What?
I thought that
You're
was
making up food now.
It's on a log. It's a food.
Bad bullshit.
It's
What
not
is
bullshit.
it?
Ants on a log is celery with peanut butter in the middle with raisins on top.
Oh, that's like 3 of my least favorite things.
That
I
is
hate
fucking
celery
disgusting.
and peanut butter.
But you know what it is? It's a staple for children.
What fucking
Bro,
children?
what fucking child is eating raisins?
It's got raisins, which are minorly healthy. It's a grape.
Hold on. We were just talking about how like children don't really eat vegetables like that. What
And you're
child?
gonna give them raisins, celery, and peanut butter in a fucking sandwich?
It has raisins. It's not a sandwich. It has raisins and peanut butter. That makes the celery appetizing. I don't think anyone eats celery by itself. That's kind of weird. I always put like ranch or blue cheese or peanut butter with it.
First of all, cream cheese and celery is best, but
See, that's what I mean. Is that there's
Cream
always something.
cheese?
There's always something that can go with celery. I've never had that, but I wouldn't.
cream cheese and sesame seeds, I think are better.
Cream cheese and sesame seeds. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You just like scoop fucking.
You literally put like a spoonful of cream cheese onto a celery stick and like a small celery stick, obviously not a single spoonful, but and then you put some sesame seeds on top of it.
Oh, we're adding.
It's actually not that bad. I don't really like celery like that unless it's in like a chicken salad or something, but
If it's like small pieces of celery, then it's like yeah, sure. But I just don't. The whole.
I
stick.
don't like celery that much. I can't blame you.
But raisins are truly nasty.
That is fucking gross.
Raisins. Hey, grapes, like the fruit that's like actually like kind of good. What if we just like sucked all the fun out of it?
You see, raisins. I feel like need something. Raisins can't do anything by themselves. That's why. Like I think raisins are pretty good. Listen, if you're turning any fruit into like a nutsack looking thing, you're drying the shit out of it. I think it usually turns out pretty good.
Is that because you always think of it like in nutsack terms? Is that why it tastes good to you?
No.
Yeah, that was very suspicious, Will.
No.
No,
Will's
definitely not.
Yeah, but Will's face is totally red.
Oh my god, I'm so red. I saw a car crash on the way here. That's unrelated.
Oh my god.
Um,
Certainly a topic change.
I just remembered it.
Jesus.
But you ever have angels on horseback?
So I'm gonna say what I heard, and then I want you to tell me what you actually said. I thought you said, "Have you ever done anal on horseback?" That is what I heard. Now, can you please repeat what you actually said?
Have you?
No, that's why I'm so
Okay.
confused.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now I'm gonna repeat what I said, and we're gonna try and understand it this time.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
you ever had angels on horseback? It is a food.
I've never heard of it.
It is bacon wrapped oysters.
That doesn't
I mean,
sound too bad. It sounds very
What about
French.
devils on horseback?
Is it eggs? Is it deviled eggs?
They're dates.
Ugh.
Wrapped in bacon.
I've never had it. What is it? Which one is it?
It's like a plum.
Yeah, I think it's also kind of dried out.
I also never.
Yeah, I think no. Is a date an actual fruit or is it like a version of a fruit? What? I'm
love
pretty sure it's a
Google.
dried plum.
No, a date is what I can't ask girls out to.
Oh, well, you can ask me out on a date. It's okay.
I'm really quiet.
Oh no, it is like a separate fruit. Yeah, they're
Is-
like dried-looking plums, but they're not plums. They're called date palms.
Okay, yeah, it grows off of a weird ass tree. I
Oh,
want
you can't have it, Kyle. You can't have it. It grows
That's
on
true. I
trees.
cannot have it. It grows on trees.
How
I
can
can't
I
have it.
on horseback? There's different types of dates. These look disgusting. Who fuck saw this and went, yeah, I gotta try that. And again, I also want to know who opened up coconut and found all that.
I was gonna say a joke, but it would probably get me canceled, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
I I really appreciate all the people that came before us that were just trying all these things and being like, yeah, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have this. Like, imagine the first person that just like ate poison ivy. Like they had a bad death because there was no way that they were curing that shit or like finding something to like ease the pain.
I
Through it.
I don't think they would continue swallowing once they realized that it started to itch in their mouth.
It's not
But
like
you know
it's-
what? I'm not them. I'm not them. So who knows? Maybe they did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you ever eaten poison ivy, Kyle?
No. All right.
How
So
would-
interesting tidbit here. Because I'm allergic to peanuts, if I ever touch poison ivy, it'd kill me.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm being so dead ass. So it's very weird. People with the peanut allergy are, for whatever reason, highly allergic, like deathly allergic to poison ivy.
It's a good thing Batman doesn't have a peanut allergy.
Poison ivy. I got some.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
interesting tidbit.
But yeah, the only reason I even know what Angels on Horseback is because I was in one of my classes and we were going over something that we were running over, but there were a lot of people absent, so I just didn't care. And so they were talking, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do literally anything else. And I started going on Google and looking at food history because I think that food history is very interesting.
Okay.
And so I found this website called the Food Timeline, and they just go through every single like type of food and talk about like its history.
That's pretty cool.
So there's an entire section for like scallops and oysters and clams and mussels. And the oyster part, they talked about all the different like dishes you can use. And that's where I found out about Angels on Horseback.
Interesting.
And then I went down a rabbit hole on the internet of just like weird ass foods, most of them coming from England.
That sounds about right.
Like the chip
Yeah.
buddy.
I'm not going to ask what that is.
It's not bad. I had it when I went
You just said it's called a shit buddy?
No, chip.
Oh.
And chips in that, section of the world are French fries. So what it is, it's just bread or like a bun or something, and then in the middle is butter and French fries and sometimes cheese, and that's it. If we're talking about unhealthy sandwich with no protein, it's that.
That is
fucking
Carb.
disgusting.
Well, Kyle, if we're talking about carbs on carbs with butter, let's talk about our toast sandwich that we had.
Toast? Oh, I forgot about the toast sandwich.
Remember when you came to my house and we had the toast sandwich?
Yeah, because you forced me to eat it. The same way you forced me to eat the freaking Cheeto macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that was the same day. What a magical day that was, really.
Yeah, I became so sick. It was not magical at all.
Sorry, the Ravens reached the 3-year.
Long podcast, John.
John Harbaugh. Listen, I see what I say what I see. All right, and that's what I see. So I have to say it.
Yeah, John says what he sees. That's why he can't take him around restaurants anymore, because every time he sees a crippled person, he just starts screaming at them.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that, actually.
John looks and points and goes... He goes up to them and goes, "What happened?
Why are you here?"
It's like when you see the little kids that just start pointing and staring.
Yeah, that's John.
Yeah, I never grew up in that.
That's John. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad we went over our favorite sandwiches from the Encyclopedia of Sandwiches. This is a very important poster or, little tidbit of information, I'd say. I'd love to have this as a poster on my wall.
Yeah, that could be cool. I lost a lot of respect for you today, Will. I can't lie.
What the fuck? Kyle, I spent like an hour.
And you spent an hour diminishing your reputation in Kyle's eyes.
Well, it's not my fault you can't have peanut butter.
It's just the fact that you like it.
Kyle,
You're not a real friend.
Did I gain your respect today, Kyle?
You never lost it. I love you, John. You can never lose it.
I love you too, Kyle.
Aww.
I'm gonna give you a big fat kiss.
Aww. Oh, actually, interesting. Another tidbit about my allergies. So there's this thing called the Brazil nut.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
When you do Brazil.
I don't actually. It's actually not from Brazil. It's
Why the fuck is it called that, then?
It's what the colonizers called it, and it just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Anyway, the Brazil nut is that people who have a peanut allergy, and specifically if people in gay relationships, or so essentially, like if you have a boyfriend that eats the Brazil nut and then you guys have sex and he nuts on you, you can actually go into anaphylactic shock because the proteins go into the semen.
Do you say this from experience?
How the fuck do you just find this shit out?
I'm not going to comment on that, but that is a true thing.
Did John eat the Brazil nut?
Oh no. Oh no.
No, John would never do that to me.
No, I'd only do that to Vin.
No.
You shout out Vinny. We love Vinny. That's
Shout out Vin.
Yeah, that's another episode. Another episode we're shouting out Vinny. We love Vinny.
We gotta have him on the pod someday.
I do not want
God,
Vinny
no.
on the
We
pod.
need him on the pod. We need him. We need to.
No.
He's just gonna scream and make weird noises.
Yeah, that's
It's like
why we should.
Oh, it's like JT.
He's like a vacuum that sucked up too much paper.
Actually, John's got a point. That is just JT.
No, JT has intellectual thoughts.
Can we remember what happened last podcast?
What, in our first episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
intellectual thought that we had to bleep out at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Intellectual. That's how we'll describe it.
Guys, you guys wouldn't have understood.
Too smart.
Our audience.
I think even commenting on that is going to be very suspicious. So let's not.
Honestly, this was a successful episode. We've gone almost an hour. We didn't
Yeah,
even get to my.
I like how you and I said like, oh yeah, this isn't really going to be that much.
Well, that's the thing, is that if this is how I did our V1 of the podcast too, is that I would just come up with like 3 different topics and then it would just kind of like snowball.
True. It's very
Like,
smart. I was just surprised we even got this much, actually.
I'd like to let you know that all I do like throughout the week is just try and come up with things we could talk about on here.
You're so dedicated.
I am
Really
very
hot.
dead. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, you guys gonna have makeup sex now
Yeah. I'm gonna
I don't know
feed
what we're
Todd.
making up from, but
from the peanut butter incident? That's what we're referring to this, by the way, as.
the
This is
peanut
the-
butter incident. Okay.
The Great Peanut Butter and Jelly Encyclopedia.
No.
I really hope that is a thing. You think there's a museum of peanut butter and jelly? Or at least there's definitely a museum of peanut butter. I can almost guarantee that.
I want to go to the Museum of Sex.
Dude, I used to take the train to school every day, and every fucking time, no matter what car I went on, there was at least one ad for the Museum of Sex.
Right? They're always on that those freaking trains. They're so weird.
I'd be sitting there eating potato chips at 8 a.m. on my way to school, watching Breaking Bad, and every time I'd look up, and I'd see like some weird ass poster for the Museum of Sex.
Yeah, no, it is very strange.
Yeah, I had some crazy experiences on the train. We'll talk about that one day. The commute to school, because you took the train sometimes too, right,
public
Kyle?
transit episode.
Remember that the day we got out of school early and you took a train too far and we met up with each other and I was almost pushed into the train tracks?
I love that story.
You love the story of me being almost pushed into the train tracks?
You get almost pushed.
No,
No, but
that was before we met up that I was almost pushed into it.
Oh. Well, that was
Yeah.
like God. That was like God coming down from heaven and sending one of his angels. Because here, I'll tell that story now. We might as well.
God coming down.
So, I took the train, from where I was, and I was getting off at my stop, which took like an hour on most days. But I had my Switch with me, and so I was eating half of a Subway sandwich and playing on my Switch. And I wasn't paying attention to the stops because I also had headphones on too, listening to like the audio. I was playing Skyrim.
Of course.
And so I look up every now and then. I'm like, okay, I'm not there yet. And then I look up one time, and it's literally as the doors are closing at my stop, and I'm like, fuck. So I was like, all right, here's what I'll do. I'll just get up on the next stop and take the train back, or find some way back. So I get off at the next stop, and there are probably like 200 to 300 high school children sitting on this fucking train platform.
Yeah, it was crazy that day.
Yeah, because because what had happened is some kids ran across the track, so they had to stop the train, and they closed an entire side of like the train tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why I'll get there. So I get off the train, I'm at the end of the train, and I get off, and the first person I see is Kyle somehow. I'm like, "Oh my god, Kyle!" He's like, "Oh, hi, Will, what are you doing
You
here?"
can't.
That's true. He's like a beat.
It's like a lighthouse.
But I see Kyle, I'm like, "Oh my god, Kyle!" And then Kyle's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I missed my stop," and he's like, "You fucking dumbass." And then so I was
Sounds
like,
about
"What's
right.
here?" And you were like, "Yeah, I don't know, the trains are stopped and everyone's on this side." So we were at the end of the train platform, and there was only one staircase on that train platform, so there was no way we were getting up. I remember you telling me, Kyle, you're like, we should just walk on the rocks back to our to the other train station. I was like, Kyle, we can't do that. That is illegal.
No, it would have been fine.
It would not have been fine. The fucking NTA guys showed up like 5 minutes after I got there. It would not have been fine at all.
Well, I didn't see that, but that's when you took advantage of that opportunity.
Well, yeah, well, that's what it was. So the MTA guys, they showed up and they were investigating something with like the tracks or something. And then they were walking back and they were about to go through the crowd, and obviously they have bright yellow vests on, so people are gonna let them go. So I was like, Kyle, let's follow these guys and we can get out. So we start doing that, our little fucking chubby high school selves. We start squeezing through this giant crowd of people. And so as we were walking through, people were like, "Oh my god, those are the kids. Those are the kids that ran across the tracks. They got caught." Because, this is the fucking high school that Kyle went to where everyone's like
A bitch.
IQ 30.
They share a brain.
They all share.
Yeah,
And
every one of the 4,000 kids that went to my high school shares single brain cell.
exactly. So we're following them, they're like, "Oh my god, they got caught. They got caught. Those are the kids that ran across the tracks." I heard one kid as we were walking through saying, "Wow, that's smart as fuck."
Yeah, that right?
But then we got
You're right.
through,
One kid did say that.
and we were like, "Oh, okay. Well, now what?" So Kyle was like, "We could take the bus." So we look at the bus schedule, and the next bus was coming in an hour. So I was like, "Kyle,
Yeah.
the best thing we can do is walk."
Walk, and we walked.
So we walked.
It's not that long of a walk, thankfully,
No,
but
it's maybe like a mile, not even.
yeah, not even.
So we walked our mile or so. Kyle and I had a great conversation, but yeah, that was the day that God presented me with Kyle when I missed my train stop.
Yeah, yeah, because that was when you went to the other high school, and you
Yeah.
left me, and you made me go to school with the other ones in our group.
The other one.
The other one.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't even know Brian until high school, and I didn't go to the same high school as you guys.
I always thought that was weird too. Like, I knew him in middle school, but I never talked to him until we were in the same band class because I didn't
Yeah.
know he played in band. And then
I
we
only
got to, we, and then he
Mike.
started to spread my name around the school for no reason.
He's like, "Oh yes, Kyle Zeddy, my big friend," and then you're like, "Oh my god, you're Kyle."
Yeah, I should,
That still
I
happens.
still, it's been 3 years since high school, and I still get called in like the middle of the, like when I'm at work or whatever, and they're like, "Are you Kyle?" And I was like,
Are you
I
Kyle?
was like, no.
Is you sure you weigh 440 pounds?
Yeah, that's what he said. I need to bleep my full name, but yeah,
yeah,
that was interesting.
I'll say his name.
You just cut it out.
I can.
But yeah. Yeah, that's all I had. We can save our other topic for the next time we record. Oh wait, Wet Boy of the Week.
Oh yes, because I still don't know what that is.
What do you mean? You were here last time when we did it in our first episode.
Also, shout out.
Yeah, I don't know why we started it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Pope Francis.
because it's funny. Yeah, he's still here.
He's still here.
Goat. Anyway,
stuff. Not this week. We have to get to somebody else.
Yeah. So this week it was tough. I was between two guys, but after having this conversation about sandwiches, I thought that it was only right that I give White Boy of the Week to Impractical Joker Sal Volcano. He has an entire podcast where he just debates food and yells at people. And that's what we did today. We weren't even inspired by that, but I just remembered it like midway through that's kind of what we were doing. So He's our white boy of the week. Love that guy. It'd be cool if we could get him on the podcast.
Could you imagine that?
We're gonna get a celebrity one day.
We're getting someone.
I think I'd shit my pants.
Yeah,
Like, I can't even lie.
Them, and we're just gonna hear fucking shit noises from you.
And welcome Sal, and it's just diarrhea on the other side.
Pretty much.
All right, that was actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Will and I kind of not really planned. We didn't really think this episode would last that long.
No. So with our new V2 version of this podcast, we're not expecting every single episode to go for an hour because, it's better to have quality over quantity. But so we only had 2 topics today. It was the food thing, and then I was going to talk about time travel, but that'll have to wait for another week, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be more fun with more people too.
Yeah,
we got the whole gang here.
I want to hear JT and Brian talk about that more than
I'm very scared about what JT will talk about.
I'd go back to when I was born and I'd punch myself in the fucking mouth.
I want to look at my mom anyway.
Go back to when my teacher was my age.
Oh,
that is exactly what you would say too.
I know. That is exactly what you would say.
It's all right. JT's a changed man.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he just hides it better. It's different.
You haven't spoken to him since.
He just signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah, come on.
What?
He signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah, he signed a
multi-year deal of what?
$4.5 million.
Yeah, bullshit.
Guaranteed money too, by the way. It's all guaranteed. There's no incentives.
And what is he doing?
What is he doing?
Yeah.
He's being that guy. He's being the jit.
All right, you know what? I'm done entertaining this.
All right. I think we can end it there.
Yeah, I think.
All right. Sandwich so close.
All
Well,
right.
That was the episode.
Well, thank you for watching or listening. We appreciate you making it to the end.
Somehow.
Make sure to like this video. Feel free to subscribe. Go follow our Twitter. It'll be down in the description below.
If you made it this far, comment giggle fun.
Comment. All right. Well.
All right.
That's it.
We'll see you soon. Bye, milkers.
Goodbye. We're not doing that.
The milkers,
Kyle.
We're milkers.
We're not doing that.
Accept it.